So weight loss, it's freaking hard. You might think that it's all about taking a bodybuilding approach to it, like eating chicken, broccoli, and rice, starving yourself, being hungry all the time, and absolutely miserable. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not. I found some studies from Dr. Birkenfield that made a pretty shocking discovery. But before I tell you all of this, I need to explain how to track your steps in the first place. When you go for a walk around your neighborhood and you wonder how many steps you've done, is it 10,000 or is it 1,000? Look down at your watch, the Apple Watch, or a Fitbit, or whatever wearable you use. These wearables might not be 100% accurate, but they do give a better estimate than your phone does. For example, if I were to walk 10,000 steps with one watch, the other watch or your phone could be off by up to 1,000 steps. That's quite a bit. The reason this happens is because maybe the one watch you're using isn't as accurate as the other watch or your phone, or you might have set down your phone sometime throughout the day and it just doesn't track the steps that you're doing. And that's okay. What I suggest is to just use the same device each time you track your steps and to use this as a lens to see that you're moving and you're doing more steps throughout the days or as the weeks go by. And speaking of increasing steps, that leads me into our next topic. You know how you're always tired after work and those 2 days out of the week you decide to walk your dog or your cat, you lose weight the next morning? Well, that's because of this thing that I'm about to tell you. When you work out, you know that you sweat and therefore lose weight, right? Well, this also happens when you do some chores, you walk your dog or cat, or you use your fingers while playing video games. This is called NEAT. And no, I do not mean the 30-year-old with Cheeto fingers in the basement. I mean non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That might be a complicated set of words, but trust me, it's pretty simple once I break it down for you. It's basically where the activity you do throughout the day, such as walking to class or biking to work, is burning calories, the same thing that happens when you work out, although less of it. Usually, when I like to get my steps in, I like to read an audiobook, which, speaking of, lately I read Atomic Habits by James Clear. He said that to develop a habit, in this case it's getting your daily steps in, you should try to create an incentive for yourself, like a reward. An example of this is, quote, "If I get 5,000 steps in today, I'll put $1 in a new savings account to save up for that thing I wanted." Or, "If I get my steps in today, I get to watch a little bit of that one show." Just make it something that you want to do so that it can get you through the thing that you don't want to do as much. This isn't a good thing to keep doing forever, obviously, because eventually you're gonna lose motivation if you do that, but it is a good and simpler way to start a habit, to begin getting your steps in. Eventually, it'll just become automatic and you probably won't need the incentive, but it's a good starting point. This is how I lost 10 pounds pretty easily. It took almost no effort using this technique. I told myself that if I got my steps in today, I get to read my audiobook, which for me was incentive enough because I really enjoy reading the audiobooks. So how do all these steps even cause weight loss? Well, we know that NEAT is the calories you burn throughout the day. But what does NEAT have to do with weight loss? Well, to lose weight, you need to eat less calories than you burn. By burning off calories by increasing your amount of steps, you're pretty much already doing that. And you can also speed this up by changing your diet, which is arguably the most important part of weight loss. And I'm gonna tell you why. So I know what you're thinking. Do I have to eat veggies, rice, and chicken every single meal? No. You do not. Do not think that. You also don't have to go on all of these fad diets to lose weight. I know those are really popular right now. This wasn't even part of the script, but the fad diets irk me. They're for people with actual medical conditions, not just the regular person trying to lose weight. There's a way to lose weight and make it easier for you. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay. You can still have foods you love and lose weight. You see, calories, here, I'll show you. See these? I don't even know if you can see these, but those are calories. You need to eat less of those throughout the day. That includes the oil that you use to cook the chicken, the soda that you drink, like in liquid calories, and butter that you use for, I don't know, whatever you use butter for. Things like that. Those are extra calories, and you need to eat less of those. You can make lower calorie pizzas, lower calorie burgers, and my favorite, lower calorie wraps. Dude, Oh my god, they're so good. They are so good. Just simple and small changes. Everything I just explained, this is called a calorie deficit. As it suggests in the name, it's when you eat a lower amount of your daily calories. You can lose weight without tracking calories and only counting your steps. It'll just be a slower process, and you might not lose as much weight. A little something to back this up is that study we talked about from earlier from Dr. Birkenfield. He found that increasing non-exercise activity thermogenesis and decreasing calories can lead to quicker weight loss and also decreased risk of cardiovascular diseases, which is pretty good if you ask me. So you mix some extra walking, calories you burn, and the workouts you do, and boom, you get weight loss. When you begin counting your steps, you probably aren't going to know how many you usually do throughout the day. So what I suggest is you go about your normal day. Put on your Apple Watch, or if you only have a phone, then I guess you're gonna have to use your phone. Walk throughout the day, and then right before bed, check how many steps you did. That's a normal day, you didn't change a single thing. And then you're gonna do your best to increase those steps by 200. And if you don't know, you can walk in place and it'll still count your steps. Like say you're, I don't know, a retail worker and you have to stand in place all day because you do customer service, just like march in place, you know? It'll count. It's still moving, it's still burning some calories. Or you can get like a standing desk with a little treadmill thing while you're doing your work. I don't know, there's ways to get them in even though you're doing work. By doing all of this, you are increasing your NEAT. And a lot of people think that, oh, you have to get 10,000 steps or else you can't lose weight. All of the influencers seem to say that. And no, you do not need 10,000 steps. But the reason they say that is because it's the general medical consensus that's what helps lose weight, and that amount of steps can decrease risk of diseases, which yes is good for you, but with weight loss you don't necessarily need to do that. It depends on your goals. I suggest that you start small and in 1% increments you work your way up and try and get better over time. That 1% increments part, that was actually a quote from another quote from Atomic Habits. But anyway, back on track. Everyone's different, has different goals, and can achieve different things. Most of the weight you'll lose from increasing your steps can also be lost from changing things in your diet and reducing your calorie intake. The reason I count my steps and just increase steps is because, well, I like food. I mean, who doesn't? Am I right? I like food. It's so good. So I just increase my movement, and then if I really need to, like say my weight has plateaued, I'll decrease my calories a little bit. But this is why you need to create a system and increase your steps at your own pace. Do however many steps you can. Incentivize it, make it enjoyable, and maybe listen to music or an audiobook. To summarize this video, counting steps can contribute to weight loss, but don't let it consume you. Everything should be in moderation. Try not to take things too far, because I can tell you from experience, it doesn't end well. I let it consume me at one point and almost starved myself to death because of how little I was eating and how much cardio I was doing. That's why I'm making these videos. My goal is to help as many people as I can with their fitness goals so that they don't make the same mistakes that I did in the past. Let me know in the comments if any of these things help you. I really hope they do. I truly do. And if you want some more information on calorie deficits, losing weight, and getting abs, then check out this video right here. Subscribe if you're new, because I have a ton of content planned just like this to try and help you achieve your dream physique. You can do it as long as you're willing to try, willing to learn as you progress, and willing to just get better. Thank you for watching, and I truly hope this video helps you on your journey.